Hey guys, welcome to my new series on how to make The Sims 4 more fun. Please don't tease me, subscribe if you like this. Okay, today we're going to talk about ways that you can make your game more fun, and we're going to start with challenges. Challenges are great because they provide you with a sense of purpose instead of just going through the motions of your Sims' lives. Some of the most popular challenges are those that are generational, so we're going to start with those today, and that's what this video is going to focus on. So here are some of the most popular challenges you can do in The Sims 4. We'll start with the Legacy Challenge, which is perhaps the challenge that started it all. Pinstar's Legacy Challenge, it was last updated in 2019. This challenge is unique in that it is scored and you can go up to 100 points by playing it. The purpose of this entire challenge is to make your family as successful, wealthy, and influential as possible in a safe game for 10 generations. So this challenge involves creating a new sim in an entirely new game file. While there are variations on how to start, you must move your sim into a 50 by 50 lot and cheat your sim's money down to either 1800 simoleons if you're doing the standard version or 0 simoleons if you're doing the hardcore version. The purpose of the entire challenge is to make it to generation 10, like I said. You must also remain on the same lot through the entirety of your legacy play. You may only play with your legacy challenge in this particular save game, so you can't go to any other household. You can travel freely within the world and go on vacations. Your family just has to stay in the same lot for 10 generations. You can only choose the traits of your founder. Every other sim in the household must have traits and aspirations which are randomized. You can do so through the game or by using Pinstar's random trait and aspiration generation, which takes into account the parents' traits, so that's a little useful. This is a really thorough challenge, so I've linked the rules below so you know how to keep the score. Personally, I've never managed to do it all the way through, but more power to you if you have. Now, there are variations of this challenge. The first one's called the Breed Out the Weird Challenge. This one is exactly the same as the Legacy Challenge, except you're going to create a very strange looking sim to start with. Give your sim exaggerated features and make sure they stand out. You can't edit any of the heir's features in CAS, and of course a standard conventionally attractive sim means that you've won. There's also the Breed Out the Pretty sim. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You make a gorgeous sim, pair them with Vlad or something like that, and make it weird. See how long it takes genetics to catch up. For both the weird and the pretty legacies, you must not download sims from the gallery. Find them, then have your sim have babies with them in town, ideally with the EA-generated sims or townies. Now, personally, I've never done either of these, which is kind of a shame because genetics is 100% my favorite part of gameplay, so I'm probably going to do this after this current challenge that I'm doing. Another variation is the Anti-Legacy Challenge, which is Snarky Witch's take on the Legacy Challenge. It's the complete opposite of Pinstar's. The Anti-Legacy Challenge takes the iconic challenge and turns it upside down. Instead of aiming to be a notorious, wealthy, and good family, you want to, quote, cultivate a miserable family of failures that make all the wrong choices in life, unquote. Like the original Legacy Challenge, this one is finished as soon as you make it to Generation 10. You fail this challenge if your family dies out before Generation 10 is born. It does share many things with the traditional Legacy Challenge. For instance, your family cannot move from the lot you choose for at least 10 generations. As far as rules go, some are similar to the original challenge. You must move spares out and your heir takes over once their parent dies or they become a young adult. You cannot reload the game if something bad happens. They can get jobs, but they have to slack off or take it easy. The most important difference is that you cannot control your sims at all until they become teenagers. You can click on them to view their needs, but you cannot have them fulfill their own needs. They cannot be issued commands and you cannot stop them from doing anything they might have started to do autonomously. If you have parenthood, you must not discipline your children. There are a lot of other fun rules to this challenge, but the bottom line is keep your sims alive and keep them from getting taken away. That's it. Rules are linked in the description. Now, you've probably heard of this challenge. This one's called Rags to Riches and is probably one of the most popular ones. You start by having your sim move into a lot and once again you take all their money away. You have to complete certain skilling goals before you can even think about building your sim a home. Your sim is not allowed to earn money without completing the mandatory rules. The goal is to make your sim a nice suburban house with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and even a pool. You want to have a family, a career and a garden, but you cannot do those things unless you have specific skills before you acquire them. For instance, your sim is supposed to build a house by themselves, so they must have logic and handiness skill. The rules are linked in the description. Okay, this one's super cute and I didn't know about it. The MySims Legacy Challenge is one in which all generations are based on MySims trophies, which can be found through collecting in the game. Like I said, each generation is based entirely upon one of those MySims trophies, and the only hard and fast rule of this challenge is that you need to collect these MySims trophies and have them displayed by the time you're done with the whole thing. The MySims starting points will provide skills, careers, and aspirations that you must fulfill, though you pick and choose as you see fit, which is quite fun and really handy, especially if there's something you really don't want to do or something you really want to get to. Just use that MySim trophy as that generation's inspiration. That's it. That's all you have to do. And make sure you have the collection. The creator of the challenge did a really good job with thorough descriptions, so I'm going to link that and you should definitely read it because this one looks super fun. So you've probably heard of the 100 baby challenge. It's one of the most popular challenges in the game. You have a sim give birth to 100 babies. You must do so in as few generations as possible. But I'm putting this in generational play because chances are that it'll take at least 2 or 3 generations before you even get to fulfilling this requirement. The rules are super simple. You can't use the same baby daddy twice. You can't have any sims in your household outside of your children. You must have aging set to normal, and you cannot merge your household with another household. This challenge ends as soon as baby number 100 is born. You have to make room for new babies by moving other sims out, which you can only do when you age them up, and this can only happen when they have an age in school. The youngest sim who can get pregnant in the household must take over once the starter sim dies. Your sim cannot have a standard career because they shouldn't be able to have their children go to daycare and have someone else take care of them, but they can work from home. Your sim can move around the world freely, which is a new rule. So quick hint, if you need a break, send her to a bar or something. Or him, however you're playing this. Or them, even though they don't have they pronouns. They do in my heart. The 100 pet challenge. Now, I know you're asking yourself what could this possibly be, and this one is really similar to the 100 baby challenge, except obviously you do it with pets. Your pets must have 100 kittens or puppies in as few generations as possible. You must move out the donor when the matriarch starts expecting a litter. The most recently born female animal becomes matriarch and must be the heir. I'll also link that one. Never done it, don't play with pets, but I'm sure it's super cute. The Not So Berry challenge was created by YouTuber Little Simsy. Each heir represents the color of a generation, and your sim must wear clothes or have hair of that type or color. You don't have to do the same for spouses. You do have to keep the lifespan on normal. This is really cute and colorful, and if you just want to play new aspirations, it's a great way to do it. There are different types of aspirations tied to every single generation. For instance, in the Mint generation must have the Chief of Mischief aspiration, whereas the Blue generation must have the Super Parent aspiration. Again, really fun because it will allow you to play with aspirations and skill you probably wouldn't have even thought of doing. It also allows you to make like super striking, really pretty sims. So these are just some quick challenges to help you get started with challenges. There are plenty more that you can do, and I'll come back and talk about them. But if you like generational play, these might be ideal for you. They can help you pass the time, see how genetics and traits work, and really create a family you care about. They can also help you populate a new safe game, which is one of my favorite parts of having a long-term generational play family in The Sims. Okay, let me know what you think, and if you've done any of these challenges, please don't tease me, and bye!